Hey everybody, it's Greg. A lot of people know that I love boiled peanuts. As a matter of fact, my very first job that I ever had was selling boiled peanuts for my cousin Rob Thompson on the Chadbourn Tobacco Market. He paid me, they were 30 cents a bag, which I remember back then a lot of people going, I remember when you used to be able to get, they were 10 cents a bag and 3 for a quarter. Well, now they're not cheap at all. They're about $2 for the same bag, and you can get about a quart for $5 or something like that. But it is boiled peanut season in the Carolinas, in the South overall, and my friends have been on Facebook torturing me with talking about boiled peanuts and showing pictures of them, and I couldn't take anymore. So I live here in Orlando, as you know, and I just went to the store and I bought me a bag of boiled peanuts. Now I've cooked them before, and but I didn't know how to do them exactly right, so I called my sister, who called my cousin Bailey Dwayne. Bailey's daddy was Rob. That's who I used to work for. So they know how to do them right. Best boiled peanuts in the world. So I'm going to go over this. I'm not going to take you through the whole rigmarole because it's kind of boring, but I am going to tell you a little bit about the tobacco market. My daddy worked on the tobacco market. He worked for J.P. Taylor Tobacco Company, which was under the umbrella of the Philip Morris Company. Philip Morris being, like, I'm just taking this pot, dumping them in there just like that. You know, Philip Morris made Marlboros, and Angie was just explaining to me a while ago. For some reason, I always thought that Philip Morris, since its initials were PM, also made Pall Mall cigarettes. And I remember my daddy and my mama smoking those when we were little. But apparently those are made by American Tobacco Company, which used to be the biggest cigarette company there was. But when he went to work for J.P. Taylor or Philip Morris, he had to switch over to Marlboros because that's what they made. So anyway, it was a very interesting time. The farmers would grow the tobacco and harvest it, cure it, of course, put it in big sheets that could weigh up to 250 pounds, and then they would take them to the tobacco warehouse where it was put in an auction, and then the tobacco companies would send their buyers to the warehouses, and they would auction them off. It would take about 3 or 4 seconds tops to auction off a pile of tobacco. But anyway, since Daddy was already on the tobacco market, and one of the things that was pretty much expected whenever you went to the tobacco market was somebody was going to be selling boiled peanuts down there. Well, since Daddy worked on the tobacco market and my sister tagged the tobacco for him, that's a whole different story, a whole nother story there. It was a natural for me to go down to my cousin Rob's house, which they lived about a quarter of a mile down the road, and I'd get about, I'd get 50 bags of boiled peanuts and take them to the tobacco market with me, and I would set up on the tailgate of Daddy's pickup truck or put them in a cardboard box, and I'd sell them for 30 cents. Rob would pay me 10 cents for every bag that I sold, but I would usually do pretty good. He said if you sold 50 bags to give Virginia a call, which is his wife, my cousin Virginia, and she would run me down another 50 bags. And most of the time I sold 100 bags of boiled peanuts a day, which meant that I would make $10 a day, and I'd do that 4 days a week. I was, you know, for a 14-year-old, I was making 40 bucks a week. I was making pretty good money. But anyway, I got my bag of boiled peanuts and my bag of green peanuts in here. I filled the water up to about right here. Now, here's a secret of boiled peanuts. Not a secret, just one of the things you do. And I'm going to show you how this works. I'll turn my camera this way. I got a tablespoon, and I got good old Morton salt here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put about a tablespoon of salt in there. Then I'll put another tablespoon of salt in there. Then I'll put another tablespoon of salt in there. And another tablespoon of salt in there. And I'll put some more salt in there. How's that? So, needless to say, the way I look at it, the saltier the better. Now I'm just going to put these on the stove, and here's how you boil them. You boil them until they're boiled, and then you boil them some more, and then you boil them some more. And when they're good and boiled, you boil them a little bit more. So I'm actually going to boil these for about 2 hours before I start checking them. I'm thinking about 3 hours. Take them up to a real high boil, take them down to about a medium high boil. After they have cooked, I'll keep checking them as I go along, but then I'll turn the heat off completely, and then as they cool down, as Bailey Dwayne says, let them cool down, and as they cool down, then they'll start to soak up that salt water and get real salty. That's the best way. He said the longer you let it, my mouth's watering right now, just thinking about them when they're done. And the juicier and saltier the better. Now, the way I was raised is to drink a Mountain Dew with it. Now, I'm hiding the diet there because that's what I do now. I never thought I'd drink Diet Mountain Dew, but I do. And I got that from Cousin Rob because that man boiled peanuts and Mountain Dew. And as a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, I believe when they put Cousin Rob to rest, they actually put a Mountain Dew in the casket with him. But anyway, I'm going to put these on the stove. I will check back with you guys later, and I'll tell you how they turned out, okay? Check with you in a bit. Well, hello, I'm back. So I boiled my peanuts, and what I did was I boiled them on high for about 2.5 hours, and boy, the house smelled good when Jackie got home for her birthday last night. But I finished boiling the peanuts, and they came out pretty good. The only thing that I would say about them is that they're small. They came out small. But there we go. So all you folks back home in North Carolina who have been sending me pictures of boiled peanuts and making me all jealous and everything, I got my own boiled peanuts right now. Now, are they as good as back in Columbus County? Probably not. But they do the trick, and I got my Diet Mountain Dew. So I've already had some last night, and I don't like them refrigerated. I also don't like them hot. A lot of people make them, and they're like, hot boiled peanuts. I like my boiled peanuts room temperature. Now, one thing you need to know about boiled peanuts, if you don't eat them right away and you put them in the refrigerator, they will get slick on the outside. So after a day or two in the refrigerator, the shells will get slick, but they're still good on the inside. But there you go. I got my boiled peanuts, the caviar of the South. Thanks a lot. We'll catch you guys later, and bless your heart in the good way.